Hello, welcome to Jason the Midwest Traveler, and I'm again traveling here in the state of Kansas. And today I'm in Aitchison, Kansas, which is about 30 minutes drive or so from where I live, so not too far. And Aitchison, Kansas is famous for being the birthplace of Amelia Earhart, of course, first woman to make a transatlantic flight over the Atlantic Ocean. Very famous, of course, really well known. Of course, tragically disappeared during one of her flights, so we don't know exactly what happened there, but definitely proud that we have Amelia Earhart as a fellow Kansan. And it's cool I'm not too far away from her birthplace. Behind me is her where she kind of grew up. It's her grandparents' house, and she grew up a little bit here in Aitchison, Kansas. She considers this her home, her childhood home. So they turned the house into a museum that you can go in and see all this, pictures and memorabilia and where she grew up anyway. So I'm gonna head on in and tell you what it's like. I'm standing outside the Amelia Earhart Museum, and this is right side. Just show you a little bit what it looks like over here. We're right on the Kansas-Missouri border. In fact, if you can see in the distance, there's the Amelia Earhart Bridge. That if you cross, you go right into Missouri. So I'm gonna pan over, and that's the Missouri River that kind of right goes through the edge of Aitchison, Kansas. And yeah, right across that river is now Missouri. So, and this is typical what looks like here in Kansas and Missouri. Very flat land. You can look out for miles, and lots of farmland here in Kansas and Missouri area in the Midwest. All right, so I just got done touring the Amelia Earhart Museum. Yeah, very cool. Also, pretty cool house. Pretty good size. Got 2 stories. You got like front parlor, back parlor, breezeway. Good dining room. Kitchen is actually, the gift shop is the kitchen, or the kitchen is now the gift shop. So that's where the kitchen is. And you got 3 bedrooms upstairs. Amelia Earhart's bedroom, where she was born and grew up in. Anyway, so a nice, pretty cool, nice looking house. Yeah, it's a self-guided tour. Basically, they kind of start you off in one room, and you get to go in your own pace and walk around and look at all the stuff. And they got little information that you scan on your phone, and someone will give you some information about the room. So I did that, looked at everything, took a lot of pictures and videos. So that was nice. I got to go at my own pace and take as many pictures and videos as I wanted to. I was the only one in there for a while. There's like one other family, so it's kind of nice. I had the whole place to myself, kind of to walk around. Anyways, yeah, so just a lot of cool pictures and memorabilia. I think a lot of the furniture isn't the actual furniture. It's like furniture made from that time period. In like I want to say she was born, I think, in the 1920s or something like that, or maybe, so it's that kind of era of furniture, even before that, because her grandparents built this house in 1861. So we're talking about Civil War just starting. Kansas just became a state. So very early, and Aitchison was one of the first settlements in Kansas. So along with Leavenworth, where I live in Leavenworth, I think is maybe the first settlement here in Kansas. Aitchison is one of the first. So these are very old houses comparatively in the United States, or in Kansas anyways. It's probably some of the oldest houses in Kansas. But yeah, her grandparents built this house. And so her, I think Amelia Earhart's mom lived here. And then they actually moved to Philadelphia for a time period. And even, I think her parents even got married maybe in Philadelphia or something like that. But then they moved back to Aitchison and lived here. So Amelia Earhart was born here in Aitchison, Kansas, born in this house basically, and grew up here for about the first 8 years of her life, and then moved into, I think she lived mostly in the East Coast. So it wasn't that she lived in Kansas for a long time, but she definitely considers this her birthplace. So we still consider her a Kansan. Of course, she was born here, and one of the most famous Kansans we've ever had. So it's really cool to see something very historical to my state that I've grown up in. And surprisingly, I haven't been here before. I've always thought about coming here, but I don't know, just never took the trek, the 30-mile trek to get here. So glad I came here. I got to see the museum. The person that worked here asked a lot of questions. She had a lot of information, so that was kind of cool. I got to get some more information because the Earharts, she didn't have any kids. She got married, and her husband had 2 sons from previous, I guess, marriage. And so she had 2 stepsons, but no kids of her own before she passed away. So there's still the person that was running the museum. She said that there's still family around, and they come around every once in a while. And so, but I think they all live in the East Coast now, so none of them live here in Aitchison anymore. But yeah, so a really cool place. If you live in the area, I definitely recommend stopping by. It only takes like 30 minutes probably to go through the house kind of and look at everything. One of my favorite parts actually was there's a movie that came out a little while ago called Amelia. You probably don't remember it because it didn't do much, I think, in the box office, starring Hilary Swank as Amelia Earhart. And it's supposed to be kind of an Oscar buzz movie. Like, they're expecting, I think, Hillary to get a Best Actress nomination, but it didn't get any Oscar nominations, and it kind of disappeared. And I haven't seen it. I need to see that at some point. But anyways, they have some clothes upstairs in the bedroom that were donated from the movie. So they're, I guess, clothes that Hilary Swank wore in the movie. So I always enjoy that, seeing that and going, oh wow, like here's some, you know, costumes that was used in the movie. I do enjoy that. She was interesting. She, you know, definitely was not your typical female. I mean, she wore short hair, which was unusual at the time, and she wore pants, which was unusual at the time for women. So she definitely was ahead of her time, I think. And obviously, being a female pilot was not a usual thing, so that was definitely something unusual for her. And she also, well, she wrote a lot of poetry. And she also designed her own clothes and scarves, and there's quilts in there. She designed herself or made herself, basically. And there's other things that, you know, have her kind of her name on, like suitcases and stuff like that. Anyway, so she definitely did a lot. She was a very interesting person and innovative for her time. So that was really interesting to see. Anyways, but yeah, so great. If you're from Kansas, definitely got to come see one of the most famous Kansans out there, and kind of get a little bit of a history about her anyway. So that was really cool. I went to the gift shop. I did buy one item, East to the Dawn by Amelia Earhart's life, which they based the movie off, I guess, of this book. So got another book to read anyway. So, but yeah, so thanks for watching this video and seeing a little more of the Midwest area. And I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you next time.